Today, I want to talk about the importance of servant leaders within a successful lean transformation and how having a management system will make it much easier for you to develop servant leaders within your organization. We'll get into this important topic right after the intro.
Welcome to the American Lean Podcast, where we cover 5 topics in 5 days in about 5 minutes. The only place in the world where you can get daily lean coaching. Your host is Tom Reed, and he shares his 30 years of experience and covers leadership, culture, entrepreneurship, lean methodologies, Industry 4.0, and interviews special guests on their lean journey. We're glad you're here, so let's go.
Welcome in to the American Lean Podcast. This is episode 1. And like I mentioned, we're going to talk about the importance of a management system in developing servant leaders within your organization. So much of the conversation around servant leadership revolves around leaders supporting those that they lead. While many organizations think that implementing lean is deploying a known set of tools, hopefully we are all more enlightened and understand it truly is about changing your organization's culture, and servant leadership is a key element to getting and keeping employees engaged. Robert Greenleaf is known as coining the phrase servant leadership in 1970. Similar to Toyota, he developed some frameworks that could be applied to different organizations, but not directly copied. Some of the key discoveries that Robert Greenleaf defined is that servant leadership is a lifelong journey that includes self-discovery, a desire to serve others, and a commitment to lead. Some of the key characteristics of servant leaders that he identified is that they are trustworthy, self-aware, humble, caring, visionary, empowering, relational, competent, good stewards, and community builders. Now, those characteristics sound amazing, but you might be asking yourself, how is that possible to do in today's departmentally driven culture where many organizations drive a scarcity mindset amongst the departmental vice presidents and directors? In many organizations, everyone is fighting for scarce budget dollars, and the natural inclination is for a leader to play hardball to get every dollar they can for their department to the detriment of the overall organization. Doesn't it seem hard to remain humble, empowering, and good stewards when everyone is fighting for scarce resources? A key element that will allow the organization to begin to embrace servant leadership and drive employee engagement is alignment. When the president, the leadership team, and his or her direct reports, when they don't understand the organization's mission and vision and establish a decision-making management system, there will be no alignment. If there's no management system for the organization to follow or use as a true north, then there's no guiding framework for decision-making. And that leads to fighting over the scarce resources, like I just talked about. When a well-defined management system is in place, though, everyone in the organization knows how to make decisions and understands the leadership priorities. Aligning and focusing everyone's actions to a common vision eliminates the infighting and the hardball mentality. By having leaders continually ask themselves if what they are doing supports the management system, they can become more humble, relational, caring, and empowering. They don't have to worry about fighting over scarce resources with other leaders within the organization. Now, while this won't be an overnight transition, remember, Greenleaf suggests it is a lifelong journey. There are some questions that you should regularly ask yourselves as leaders. So question number 1, are my actions helping my employees learn and grow? Are you assigning stretch opportunities for those that you lead? If you're not, how are they going to learn and grow within the organization? Question number 2, are my actions helping my employees become more autonomous? Ask yourself, are you allowing those that you lead to be more autonomous in their decision making without having to check in with you over every decision that they make? Finally, question number 3 then is, are my actions helping my employees become servant leaders themselves? By providing stretch roles and autonomous decision making, you're slowly turning those that you lead into servant leaders themselves. And that should be the goal of every leader, is to elevate everyone within their organization to become servant leaders themselves. So I think these are 3 great questions as a starting point for personal reflection on becoming a servant leader. What I've seen is that organizations that use an established and published management system have a much better chance of providing the infrastructure for servant leadership. The leaders are guided by the principles in the management system, so the decision-making process becomes much quicker and consistent, allowing leaders to focus their effort on providing more employee support. When the employees feel supported, their engagement increases, their turnover decreases, and the company harnesses the power of everyone, making the company a force to be reckoned with. In my book, The Lean Game Plan, I laid out a 4-step framework for successful lean transformations within organizations. And within step number 1, we always develop a lean management system for an organization to follow. This is so that they can provide alignment to the entire organization, and it makes it much easier to develop servant leaders. So I hope this added value to your day. Consuming information is great, but I hope you take this information and make yourself and your company a little bit better today. As always, I'm trying to make this podcast better, so if there are topics that you would like me to cover, or if you would like to share your company's lean journey, please contact me at tom@americanlean.com. Until tomorrow, have a great one.
Thank you for joining us today. As always, we are honored to serve you, and we hope that you and your company are getting a little bit better every day. Please subscribe, rate, and review this podcast and share it with others in the lean and business community. If you'd like to turbocharge your lean efforts, please visit us at americanlean.com.